What is up, YouTube? Sam from Nebula X here with our next war recap video, and this is a good one. So as you guys saw from the last recap, we got matched up randomly with Purple Pigs, one of the flagship clans from the kingdom, and as you can see, X coming away with the victory in this one, 87 to 83. And look at those total destruction values. So very, very close war. Shout out to the guys and girls over at Purple Pigs. It was a absolutely fantastic war. Let's go ahead and hop into the war details. And as you can see, very, very good job to those guys. They were a great group, really, really strong attackers in this one. And it shows with their 3 stars. I mean, they came out and they put in work on the first night. X was playing from behind for a large portion of this one, and we got it done going down the stretch. So we did a really, really good job closing in this one. But I think all the guys at X, we would all agree it was probably our worst performance at Town Hall 8 in months. Our Town Hall 8s absolutely got outplayed in this one, and it's a big testament to the guys over there with their base designing and their Town Hall 8s coming out and putting up some really, really nice attacks. In this one, we had to use 6 bully attacks just to get the Town Hall 8s cleaned up. So definitely an eye-opening experience for the guys and girls at X. Let's go ahead and show what Purple Pigs did to our bases. They did a nice job, as you can see, putting up a 2-star on our 9.5 lights and a 3-star on Blitzkrieg there. And then they did struggle with our Town Hall 9 bases, but they did get a couple of 3s in there, sprinkled in, and then did from our 9.5 or 8.5s down, from 12 down, cleared the board, and they only used 1 bully attack on our Town Hall 8s. As I said, X, we did a really nice job. Obviously, having the 9.5 does help us out a little bit, so Light's putting up 2 really big 3 stars at the top. But our Town Hall 9s came out, and they just did work this war. So, knew that we were going to be really close on this one, and could have had just a couple more stars right here on number 3, Lion, putting up a 94, and on number 7, Civ, putting up that 99% Heartbreaker, and then everything else getting cleaned up. So we definitely left the door open for them in this one with our 8 performance, with having so many 9s have to dip down, but they just struggled on our Town Hall 9 bases, and that allowed us to pull ahead and get the victory in this one. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of recaps from this one. Obviously, I'm not going to show any of the bully attacks from Lights on their top 9s. They're out of respect to these guys. So we will drop down all the way to number 6 and check out our boy Lionheart doing this one and doing it with a Queen Walk, Gova Ho, I guess in this case. Only a couple of hogs in the bag here. So as you can see, going to go ahead and drop down that Queen, and is going to get a little bit of a funnel created. Got wizards down, also have some minions down on the other side. So is trying to get sort of an AQ charge going on here. Wants to get in here, probably try to take out those 2 air defenses. And as soon as this first layer of defenses goes down, going to drop in a couple of hogs and get this clan castle lord out here. So it is a dragon and a balloon, and some balloons. They're going to come out here, and you can see there the first poison spell goes down. Probably could have dropped that a little bit farther back. Made sure that those balloons had to travel all the way through it. Probably would have gotten them down there, but goes ahead, drops down the second poison spell, and is going to go ahead and pop the Queen ability, and that is going to be the end of the clan castle. So nice job there. Then at the same time, here comes a golem coming in from just about 12 o'clock, and should be backing that up with a few more wizards here in just a second. Get the rest of this funnel created, and then out of the clan castle, some Valkyries and some of his Valkyries coming in. Now, still does have about 9 Valks in the bag here. I think maybe he just forgot to deploy them, but as you can see, the king there is making the funnel just a little bit wider there. So that ensures that those Valkyries have to go into the core, where a jump spell and a rage spell are down waiting for them. So they're going to get in there and just start annihilating everything. The queen is still making her way around the backside of the space, so she's doing a very nice job. And all those Valks in the core of the base are just ripping it apart here. Drops down a heal spell, going to keep those Valks up, and they're going to beat through that level 8 wall very quickly, encountering some bombs. Goes ahead, drops another rage spell down for the Valks. That's just going to let them just beat through these walls and these remaining defenses just that much faster. Double giant bomb there. Not really too much of a problem for his Valks. And as you can see, everything is pretty much down here. Did go ahead drop in those Hog Riders. They're not going to get much done, but with all those Valks, the King, the Queen, everything making its way back to these last couple of defenses, this one is over. So he absolutely came in here and just smashed this base to pieces. It was a very, very nice plan, and even got that minion down, getting a little bit of work done. But that is it. So very, very nice job to our boy Lionheart on that one, bringing us a really nice 3-star. All right, we're going to jump down a couple of spots. Check out our boy TYB. Haven't seen him on the channel in a while. I think he has been doing hero upgrades. But also going to be doing this one with a Go Vaho. More of a classic style here with about 12 hogs in the bag. So is going to drop down a couple of troops here, get a little bit of a funnel created, and then goes ahead, drops down his queen, and is going to start to let her work her way clockwise around the base here. So she is going to encounter the defending king, so be able to take him out, and I believe is going to drop down a hog or so, or two here, to get this clan castle lore. So hogs working in on that cannon, while the queen works on the defending king. She's going to be okay. Unfortunately, loses a couple of his hogs to a spring trap there, so they are not going to be able to get through that archer tower there, so he's going to have to deploy another hog rider to get that clan castle out here. Goes ahead, pops the queen ability. She's taken on some pretty heavy defenses there, and so now is going to start to try to beat through a wall. Poison spell goes down nice and early. Goes ahead, drops down that rage. Does not have the ability, so definitely had to use that rage to get his queen through this defending clan castle. Then some golems coming down here on the backside here. Going to back it up with a couple of wizards and minions. Get this funnel created for his Valkyries to make sure they go right into the core of this base. And his queen is in there. She is doing a lot of work there, taking out some of those point defenses on the back end. Max wall breakers coming out of the clan castle. It's got a nice funnel created. And here come all of those redheads. They're going to start to make their way into the core of the base here. And in just a second, heal spell goes down. Going to keep them all up. His queen, unfortunately, she's losing her healers right now, as that air defense is locked on to his healers. So as soon as that goes down, she is going to have no protection on this backside of the base here. And unfortunately, all of his troops have decided to go off to the left, so that archer tower is going to lock on there. And his queen will be going down. But a few hog riders have come in just to help these Valkyries. As you can see, they're breaking out of the base. Very, very common in this type of raid. But does have some Valkyries as well as his king in the core, taking out everything that's left there in the middle. As you can see, his queen just went down. But does have just a couple of troops left, so goes ahead, drops in those last couple hog riders. Needs to go ahead and deploy those archers, on that gold collector there on the back end. And now everything will be moving towards that town hall and ripping the last couple of buildings down. So really, really nice job to our boy TYB on that one. Beautiful raid. I liked it a lot. And welcome back to the war scene, buddy. Hope you stay with us for a little bit. But obviously keep pushing those heroes up. All right, going to drop down a few more spots to number 11 and our boy Big Ox. And Ox going to be doing this one with yet another Go Vaho. So if you haven't figured out the theme yet of how to take out anti-3-star Town Hall 9 bases, this is it. Right now, this is the meta of the game. Go in here. If you need a queen walk, do the queen walk. If you don't need the queen walk, then just do a straight up Go Vaho. But yeah, this is how it's done right now at the Town Hall 9 level, if you're going to get them done. So the queen is down. A few funneling troops are going to push her to work her way clockwise around the base. So she is going to step up, start taking out more and more of these point defenses here. Went ahead, dropped that hog there. Believe was trying to get the clan castle lord out. Unfortunately, it went over to that Tesla instead of going into the cannon, which is what I believe he wanted here. In just a second, I believe another hog is going to go down here, and that is going to get him the lore taken care of. So the queen is stepping up. She's in a little pocket here where she is going to be taking on quite a bit of damage. Goes ahead, pops her ability. That poison spell down nice and early, and those balloons have to travel all the way across the radius, so they should be going down here before the queen even really needs to get to them. The dragon goes down. She one-shots those balloons, and that is the end of it. A couple of wall breakers go in behind a golem, so that wall is now opened up, creating the other half of that funnel with a few wizards, and then in just a second, here come all of the Valkyries, as well as, I believe, some Valkyries out of his clan castle with another set of wall breakers. So they're going to get in. They are going to open up that wall section. So pretty much that jump spell there was a swag spell because it was not used at all by any of his troops. Then drops down another heal spell as everybody starts to make their way through this base. So they rip down the enemy queen, and now they're just terrorizing the core of this base. The healers have actually switched over to this wizard right here. So he's got a little super wizard going on. So pretty much an invincible wizard there. He's going to actually clean up a good portion of the base there by himself. But the Valkyries are ripping through the top part of this base. A couple of Hog Riders are going down, just flanking, you know, pretty much all those Valks and the King. And Super Wizard's still doing his job. He's taking out a Wizard Tower. He's taking out some trash. He's taking out a cannon. And he is doing his job big time on that back side of the base. Now he's getting the trash ring taken care of with all those healers on him. Those Hogs finally make their way over to the Wizard Tower, so that's the last defense, and he is now in cleanup mode. So beautiful job to our boy Ox on that raid. Gets it done. Everyone backtracks to the Town Hall, and he takes home a swag poison spell in this raid. So really, really nice job, Ox. Liked it a lot. All right, gonna hop down one spot. Check out our boy Bobby. And Bobby bringing home a 6-pack in this war. So doing it really, really big for us. And another one. So just this one, just a straight up Govaho from Bobby. So drops down that golem. Gonna get this funnel created with the wizards in behind. And I believe here in a second is going to drop another golem out of his clan castle. This wall section is opened up. And now everyone is moving their way in. Unfortunately, he has aggroed the enemy queen here, and he drops down his king just a little bit too late, so he's going to go shopping for him. So king going on a shopping trip. He sends in those Valks, but there's nothing in that compartment behind the wizards. So now they're going to choose to beat through a wall and go off in a completely different direction. So his golems are pretty much just getting beat down by the enemy queen as well as that clan castle. His queen does get in there. She snipes down the enemy queen. And his Valkyries are now aggroed onto the defending king, drops a rage spell down there in the core, and the Valks just rip through everything, rip through that expo, rip through the walls, and they are now toward the backside of this base. So this golem's playing pretty much no role in this raid other than just doing some tanking on the initial entry. Probably could have got away with just a few giants on that and gotten the same value out of them. But just a really nice job. Those Valks, they're now on the outside, so they're going to be working essentially the trash ring. The Hogs come in. There's a Tesla farm popping there, but some underlevel Teslas there are not going to be enough to stop these Hogs under heal from getting this one done. But they are making their way in towards, I believe, a double giant bomb right here. Yeah, he's going to eat that. So it is good night, Hogs. But his queen is in there. She is going to be able to take down that air defense and everything else. The Valks will clean up on the outside, and the wizards coming in behind will take care from the outside as everything is distracted by those Valkyries. So really, really nice job. Has two swag, essentially swag poisons or heal spells, sorry, there at the end. Probably neither of those needed in that case. So really nice job to our boy Bobby getting it done with essentially two swag spells and kind of two swag golems in that case. But really nice job, Bobby. I liked it, and thank you for stepping up this war, getting it done. All right, we're going to hop down to a little bit of Town Hall 8 action. Obviously, this is where we struggled, but there were a few really, really nice attacks in this war. So first one going to come courtesy of our boy Aiden, doing it again with the Go-Ho with some Earthquake spells. So another one of those OP strategies right now at Town Hall 8, the Earthquake Go-Hos and the Earthquake Go-Vahos, or the Go-Vahos straight up. So a couple Hogs going, gonna get the clan castle lured out. Doesn't get it all emptied out, so drops in another Hog, gets that dragon out, and then from there is gonna use his golems as the anchors here. So wizards going down along with that archer. Just gonna get this funnel created nice and wide, and then they will be working in. A few Valkyries come out of his clan castle, so is going to be rocking a couple of those max Valks to come in, do a good bit of damage here in the core of this base. And then it's just going to Surgical Hog the outside, or maybe not Surgical Hog, maybe he's just going to send in all the Hogs So I believe all of the bombs are in the core of this base. At least he's got the double giant bomb taken care of already. So it's going to be pretty safe here with that last heal spell. And he does get that single bomb while the hogs are inside of it. So going to just smash through the rest of this base. There are no threats to the hogs. He's got them in one really, really tight group. So the heal spell is going to get immense value here since all the hogs are going to be inside of it. And Cleanup Wizard's already going down on the backside of this base. That Golemite is tanking that Archer Tower and the Wizard Tower that were over there. So that did a very nice job for his hogs. And all the hogs are now making their way back to the last couple of defenses here. And, just going to get it done. Just enough to get it done here. Last Cleanup Wizard goes down. Did leave one gold collector up there in the north side of this base. So he is going to have to backtrack all the way to that. But he is in cleanup mode here. Is going to get it done. So getting it done very, very nicely for us at the Town Hall 8 at the Town Hall 8 level when, the majority of our Town Hall 8 struggled this war. So great job to our boy Aiden on this one. Just overall, good war from you, buddy. All right, two more for you guys. It will be, some of our lower ones in this war, but, good job to these guys getting it done. First one from Z against their number 22 and doing it. This is an old school attack. So a Drag Loon with a Zap Quake. Liked it a lot. Have not seen one of these in quite a while. But goes ahead, drops down his king, is pretty much just using the king just to get a little bit of a funnel created for him here so that when he sends in those dragons, they're going to make a beeline into the core of this base. So here comes the first dragon. So just going to slowly create this funnel, make sure everybody goes in. He wants to make sure that those dragons are going in towards the core at these two core to air defenses. They're in the same compartment. And then has a Zap Quake for that off air defense in the back there. So some max balloons come out of the clan castle as well as 8 balloons of his own. So making sure that these balloons are going to get in here and get these air defenses. So obviously everything is already focused on his dragons. So these balloons are pretty much making their way in untouched. Rage spell, haste spell down. The balloons are in the core. They are going up against that sweeper, so giving him some problems here. But the dragons are going to get there just in time, get both those air defenses down. And now it is a slow-moving attack. It does not have many dragons left over. But they are going to be able to work their way around the base now that the majority threat in this one is gone. So only about 3 or 4 dragons left here. But as soon as these archer towers go down, that Tesla has just gone down, the dragons are pretty much safe for the rest of this one. So we're actually going to go ahead and start to 4x this. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of slow movement with these dragons, but they will get it cleaned up over time. So nice job, Z, on this one. Like I said, old school attack. Haven't seen the Drag Loon in a while. So way to bring it back and get it done. All right, last one, and we'll call it a night on this one. And it is going to be on their number 24, and our boy Elmain. Elmain making a name for himself in the clan, getting it done, and doing this one with a Go Weave at the Town Hall 8 level. So it's going to drop in those golems, back it up with those wizards, get this funnel created. Wants to make sure he gets a nice wide funnel done so that these Valkyries have to go into the core of this base, and then has a rage spell and a couple of heal spells here. Now he did empty out all of his wizards there. Personally, in my opinion, I always save a few wizards for the end of this base, or for the end of all my bases, to make sure that can get everything cleaned up. And then right there, I said it in the beginning, was trying to make that funnel nice and wide and did not get it completely established. So about half of his Valkyries are going to be doing the runaround on him. That dragon is still up there, going to give him some trouble. It's got both poison spells down on it. Finally, the wizards get it done. But those Valkyries that are in the core of the base are just annihilating it. And because all of those Valks strayed on him in the beginning of this raid, there is nothing to draw them to the outside of this base. So they are going to keep in the core of the base and keep just kind of ripping through walls and ripping through defenses as they get there. That is the only part of that kind of worked out for him. The last heal spell goes down on this group of Valks that are working their way through this compartment, is losing a few to spring traps here, is getting a little bit lucky. That golem now is doing all of the tanking here. So the Valks, as long as they can not hit any more spring traps, are going to be able to get this base cleaned up. Does have a few wizards working here, but as you can see, if he had saved a couple of wizards toward the end or from that entry, could have taken out those gold storages, because that archer tower is distracted there, and there are some corner buildings here which are going to give him a few problems. So all of his troops obviously have to make the run around to those, but the last defense goes down. That is pretty much going to be it for this base, and now it's just a matter of time. Can he get there? And I know as we were watching this one, we were all wondering the same thing, but those Valks are so fast, and I believe this one came down to the very last second, but because of the way that the Valkyries attack now so much quicker, they get to that last builder hut, rip it down, and that is the end of it, just in time. So nice job to our boy Main in this one, and great job to both sides in this war. Was a really, really fun matchup from Purple Pigs. I said it as soon as we got matched up that it was going to be a tough war and it was going to be a fun war, and it did not disappoint in any ways. So shout out to all of our guys who put up the 6 stars in this war. Lights, obviously TYB, Bobby, Miss Yoda, and El Main in this war. So not too many of us, but those are the guys making sure that we came out on top in this one. And just want to say one more time, great war to the guys at Pigs. Absolutely loved it. It was a fun time. Hopefully, we'll do something again in the future, or we'll match up against another one of the clans in the kingdom for another war. But that'll do it for this recap, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, I have some ideas for some new series. I know I said it. Finally think that I'm going to sit down and start working on those shortly. So hopefully they'll be out, next week or so. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, this is Sam. Peace. Give it to you. He gon' give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna rock.